Thank you very much, Governor and board members. It's a pleasure to be here today. I'm Councilwoman Debra March from the City of Henderson and Vice Chair of the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada. And it's a pleasure to be in this building. Actually, the first time I was in this building, I was a park ranger at Lake Tahoe at Sand Harbor, actually. And I think it was shortly after this building was built, so you can tell how long ago that was. It was a long time. I'd like first to express our appreciation to Rudy and Tracy and the entire Southern Nevada team over the last 3 years, especially with Tracy's leadership and accessibility and visibility. We are communicating and coordinating now more than ever in Southern Nevada with NDOT. A reflection of this partnership has been with the passage of Question 5, the continuation of fuel revenue indexing. Southern Nevada needed this additional revenue source to keep up with our current and future residents, tourists, and business growth. I'm here today not only to recognize your team, but to also let you know that we look forward to continuing the work that we have done with you and NDOT regarding Southern Nevada's transportation needs and priorities, just as we've been doing since fuel revenue first was passed in 2014. A little more than 4 months ago, Clark County voters instilled their trust in us at the ballot box when they passed the continuation of fuel revenue indexing. They expected us to continue to be responsible, transparent, and accountable with these dollars. And to that end, we kept them informed every step of the way of the progress that was made on projects funded through this fuel revenue source. Our efforts to be fully transparent included broadly circulating a published list of unfunded projects that we committed to as a community to fund with this new revenue source. We'd also like to ask NDOT to join us as we begin to think differently about how we bid projects and evaluate the cost of traffic control. Contrasting the cost to the project against the cost of delays to the traveling public with the Intrix software tool, we can now determine the cost of traffic control delays on road users based on actual time delays measured through data from cars connected to devices and monetizing what the Federal Highway Administration road user costs are. The cone management group at the RTC has been working closely with the Project Neon team to evaluate recent work zones on the I-515 for construction of overhead sign foundations. Currently, the traffic control setups are left in place for 24-hour period. With up to 180,000 vehicles per day utilizing the I-515 through downtown Las Vegas, Intrix has shown the benefit of spending project dollars to pull barriers back at the completion of a work shift, to result in a 100-fold benefit in the reduction of delay costs to road users. There will be times when full closures will be necessary, when a 24-hour day closure will be necessary, and safety must always be the priority. But we need to change the way we bid and build projects, taking the road user costs into consideration. I ask that we continue to work collaboratively in the best interest of all Southern Nevadans and not independently. As you move forward with the prioritization of the new fuel revenue indexing projects and other significant transportation improvements that will impact Southern Nevada, we're asking to be included in the process before decisions are made that impact our communities. In the end, it's the responsibility of all of us, NDOT, local jurisdictions, and the RTC to develop a regional transportation network that runs beyond the interstates and accommodates our current and future growth. To be successful in strengthening our state, our cities, and our communities, and to ensure that we maintain the public trust, we must work together collaboratively and in full transparency. Thank you very much.
Councilwoman, thank you very much for taking the time to personally be here. And again, my understanding is that the department will continue to closely work with the RTC. It's a good problem to have when we're trying to decide how to deploy funds versus not having enough to control or to be able to do all those projects that need to be done. And I think somebody said it with regard to the foresight of the voters in Clark County to overwhelmingly support that fuel indexing ballot question, which is going to result in many projects that are going to improve the quality of life there in Clark County. So, Rudy, Yeah, and jobs. Yeah, I saw your slogan there. But no, it's a win-win. It certainly is. And, we're back to being one of the fastest growing states in the nation, and we have to have the infrastructure to stay with it. So, Rudy, again, if...
Yes, Governor,
yeah.
and I just wanted to thank Councilwoman Marsh for coming up here. She leads Southern Nevada Strong as well on behalf of, as Vice Chair of the RTC and leading that group. But is really looking at getting all the stakeholders together to develop plans for Southern Nevada to meet all the needs of those stakeholders, and appreciate her coming up here. What I have mentioned at attending the RTC meetings, it's helpful to get resolutions of support for local projects or regional projects. Obviously, it works through the process of getting introduced into the regional transportation plan from the RTC, which NDOT projects also get into that plan, and then eventually it rolls up into the statewide plan, which you approve. So appreciate that type of support for putting that revenue to use to create jobs and to improve transportation in Southern Nevada.